Okay, Busters, so today we are going to be doing a yin yang in like warm and cool colors, but the thing that's going to be kind of different from my usual yin yang is I'm just going to be tying it all up with rubber bands. We're not going to be using any sinew. So hey, let's see how that turns out. Well, hey, YouTube, and welcome back to all my Buster buddies. Hey, it's your big kahuna here, Brad, and this is Brad's Boredom Busters, your tie-dye art channel. Yes, we're going to get into doing another yin yang today. We're going to try it with, some different warm, cool color variations. But like I say, I am going to try tying this one up with just rubber bands. So you won't get any hard lines. You'll just get nice color blending and variations, kind of, but you'll get some distinct shapes because of the rubber bands. Anyway, so that's what we're going to work on today. So what you're going to need for this project is a 100% cotton t-shirt in white. You need to pre-wash that first and then soak it in soda ash solution for at least 20 minutes and then take that back to your washer and spin out as much moisture as you can. I've done that. My shirt's waiting for me over here. Other things you'll need for this project, then, like I said, you're going to need rubber bands, assorted sizes, but some smaller ones if you have those, or you can double them up multiple times to accomplish, what you need in these smaller areas. But anyway, and then you'll need a washable marker to lay out the pattern. You also need a little bit of a string that you can tie onto the washable marker to help create the yin yang shape. And the other thing for like the dots, I use this. Basically, it's just a core to masking tape. So after I've used up all the masking tape, I save the cardboard roll, and I use that to lay out my dots for my yin yangs. Works out really well. All right, so yeah, those are the items that you need for this. It's pretty simple. So yeah, I'll meet you over at the work table and we'll get this tied up. All right, see you there. All right, Busters, so here we are getting ready to tie this up. Like I say, it's been pre-washed, soaked in soda ash solution, spun out, just slightly damp. And so now we can center the shirt. So let's do that first thing. Okay, there we are, all centered, and like I said, pulled one sleeve into the other. So, all right, now we can start laying out our yin yang. So we want to find the center of the shirt first. And then, so that gives you equal distance here. So now for the two dots, so we'll take the bottom hem, come up to that point. And then the collar to that point. All right, there you go. So that's that. All right, so the next thing to do then is take our whatever circle form you're going to use. Like I say, I'm using the center of old masking tape. Lay that out over, have your mark in the center, kind of eyeball that, and then split the shirt halfway, across that form, and then just draw that out. Do the same thing down here below. All right, so that is that. So the next thing to do is actually open up the shirt again, which means really maybe I shouldn't have had to. I guess I didn't have to put one sleeve in the other. That was kind of a little mistake on my part, because you need to open up the shirt. So anyway, I mean, by putting the sleeve inside, it does help, helps it lay flatter. But beyond that, I guess I really didn't need to do that. Okay, so make sure you grab under the underarm seams, square it up, shake it out. All right. Get it to lay as flat as you can. This is a pretty large shirt, so you're not getting it all on camera, but I'll move it around so you can see everything I'm doing. Anyway, okay. So now take your string so we can work on the yin yang part. All right. I have a loop already tied in mine. Actually, this is an old piece of sinew. I like it because it's kind of a little more rigid, holds its shape good for this little loop. But anyway, slide that over your washable marker. There we go. Okay, so what you do is you want to put your marker on your center point, and then put your finger on your string to the center of your circle mark. Okay, so there we are. So then just draw your shape around your, it's pretty much on the bottom you're doing a half circle or a crescent shape. All right, so that's the bottom one. So let me move the shirt, straighten it out up here. All right, and just repeat the process for the top. All right, so yeah, I'm not sure why, maybe because of the size of the shirt or something. It worked out fine at the bottom because I ended where I normally end here. But you see how most of the time I end up here, but this ended up, I don't know, low. Anyway, I'll improvise when I get up there as far as my fold, but it'll work out. Okay, so anyway, that is everything laid out. Now we can start folding it up. So what we need to do though is fold the shirt in half again, but grab both the front and the back and to fold it. Beauty. All right, so first thing we are going to do is then tie up our dots. I am going to be using, at least for the dots, I don't know about when we get into the body, but my smallest rubber bands I use, these are like for like tying up, ponytails and whatnot, for women's and girls' hairs. I like them. They're very stretchy and they work good on this type of pattern. All right, so let's get that tied up first. Okay, so that's that part of it. Now we can open the shirt back up again. and start tying up the curve of the yin yang. All right, so at this point, I'm just about at the top of the collar. So, and you saw where the crescent or the curve went across into kind of the back, which would be your back, but across the back. So what I'm going to do now is just pleat it up, go straight across, so I end up here kind of above the tag. All right, so now I need to get some rubber bands on this guy. All right, let's try those. Let's see. Now, okay, so that's all the rubber bands I want to do in the center. And then the rest of it, the body gets scrunched and banded. All right, Buster, so there's our yin yang tied up, or banded up this time, not tied. And so let me get set up for our dye. I think I have a couple colors. I have some already made up, but I have 2 more I think I need to prepare. So I'll do that off camera and get my dye set up here done, and then I'll come right back and we'll get the dye on this. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, Buster Buddies, so we're all set up. I've got all my dyes prepared, so let me go over the dye colors because we're using quite a few colors. The colors that we're going to be using today is, and these are all Dharma colors, is light red, fuchsia red, Chinese red, deep yellow, bright yellow, robin's egg blue, turquoise, azure blue, bright green, lime pop, and then new black. And that should about cover it. All right, so I want to start on the back side first. Let's flip it over. All right, so let's just follow along. Enjoy the music. What I didn't mention is, and I got to pay attention, yeah. So this is kind of the top by the collar. This is the bottom. So I'm going to be doing my hot colors here, cool colors down here. All right, let's go. that's it for that side. Now let's flip it over and repeat for the other side. Let's clean this up first. Don't want to get colors where you don't want colors. Okay, so there you go. That's our multicolored Yin Yang. So now it'll go into the curing tub for 24 hours. And after that, then we will take it to the laundry sink and rinse it out. Start with a cold water rinse to flush out the soda ash solution. Then after that, we'll turn it up to hot to flush out any dye that hasn't bonded with the fabric. And then after that, it goes into a hot water wash with detergent and Synthropol, which is a professional textile detergent. And you can get that and any other tools and chemicals and materials that you see me use in my videos in my affiliate links down in the description below. So help yourself to that. Helps out my channel. I appreciate that. All right, so then after we get it all washed and dried, we'll bring it back here and we will do the reveal next. So I will see you at the reveal. Thanks for watching. All right, Busters, so here's the finished shirt. Hey, this came out really nice. Very happy with it. Colors are beautiful and bright. Had just a little bit of bleed here into the yellow, but beyond that, that's not really a big problem. But yeah, I love kind of the blending of colors. We go from, the darker reds and fuchsia red into the lighter red, and then some orange and yellow. And then we've got the variation of the blues, the azure blue and the robin's egg blue with the turquoise, and then our bright green and lime pop. Yeah, this creates just beautiful fields of color. And then our lovely bright yin yang spots. This whole thing is a beautiful color party. I mean, I just love it. It's just so good. So, hey, I hope you like it. Yeah, if you think this is cool, give me a thumbs up. And if you like this video, share it around to your friends. That helps me out as well. And, if you have made it to the end of this video and you really like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I've got plenty of cool plans for future videos. So, yeah, come on back and see all those. And if you really want to help out my channel, I have multiple ways that you can help support me monetarily. I'm glad you watched. I hope you really think this is cool. I do. I think this is really beautiful. So, hey, come on back and watch some more videos. I'm going to list something at the very end of this one, so check it out. Thanks for watching. Love all my subscribers. Peace out, baby, and go have fun tie-dyeing.